Welcome back to Ribbon Candy Hooking. I'm Deanna. I'm sitting at my frame this morning and I'm working on one of the pieces for the rose book, which is about to be. Ooh, do you see that? Oh, isn't that nice? That's that thing there, isn't it? Ooh, that must be good luck. What else could that possibly mean? Well, I'm sitting here working on Wild Prickly Rose, which I haven't worked on for a while, and I just wanted to walk you through some of the bits and pieces here as I do a little bit of decision making, fresh out of bed and a hot mess. You see all of this magenta? That is all pantyhose material that I cut up. Well, I think that's something else. No, that still feels like pantyhose. And you can see the way the pantyhose curls up right as you hook it. It makes these little sort of curls. And maybe that looks messy to you, so you need to think about that because that is one of the things about using the pantyhose. But I love using the pantyhose because it's so forgiving. It's so soft and mushy. So the whole thing is outlined in bright magenta pantyhose that I must have gotten a hole in at some point. And in the center, this is all wool, right? The flowers and everything, the wild prickly rose, this one is, and all the trees in the background. The background is a color, this kind of white color with splotches that I dyed onto white with my hairdresser bottles. I just did some very faint coloring there, right, to make the painted or multicolored background, and then all the green from the trees. And this is the wild prickly rose here. And it's one of these roses that doesn't really look like a rose. It has more like of a daisy feel. You know what I mean? How some of them look more like a wildflower. And the wild prickly is one of those roses. And in the center, it's got a little bit of the red dit dots because it has that in real life too, a yellow center with some red stamens on it, if that's how you say that word. Now, this is the next part I'm going to do. Let's talk about this first. You see this crazy background here? The top half of it is that light colored background, like the sky. And I will need eventually to choose the colors for the clouds. There's a cloud hiding under my magnet and a cloud over there. Oh, you know what? I think I did these as clouds. Yeah, I think I did that. I did this a while ago and I just came back to it. I think I'll stick with that orange. That's quite nice, that rusty orange. I'll see how it goes. I might go back to that. Anyway, I have two clouds to fill in, done the background, and now the ground part, I'm doing this. And I'm going to see how it works. And I'm going to see if I have enough because I have this little bit here and it is one of these crazy fibers that is really thick. I can't quite get all of it through, so I'm going to cut it as I go. But I'm really hoping that using that crazy mess, it looks like this, and I really like it. I need to put some here, here, and here. So I'll probably be able to do that. Wish me luck, right? Because I really like that. And I really like the way it's coming up. It is wild. And this is the wild prickly rose, after all. So what I'm working on right now are these leaves. There's only 3 leaves under the rose. And it is like a dark green color. So I'm using this plaid. And I'm cutting it on my little bliss. That's a number 5. So this is what I've got. And this is just a reminder, particularly if you're new. Where's my strips? Here's a strip. Right, there's a couple of strips from it here. 5s are really thin. If I was not so lazy, I'd get up and find an 8 cutter. But you can see they're coming along really nice, filling in the leaves. I don't want this to be a big feature, but I like the way it looks fuzzy, like it looks staticky, and that is because it's a plaid. So sometimes we talk about in rug hooking, how does it hook? Well, this fabric hooks like this. It is still predominantly green, and there are some white squares. So as you can see, some of the white, that's these parts, is coming up like that. But if I encounter something that white, I might just cut and not use that part in the hooking of the leaves because it might create too much disturbance, right? I like the dark green and I like the tweedy white and green. And so far, that's what I've got. It's always funny to think about and to, enjoy how something hooks. It is part of the fun of rug hooking, figuring out what it hooks like, whether it's something crazy like this stuff or just something sort of ordinary like this one little strip of green that I've got. And I've only got, right, these to do, so I know I have plenty of this and I'll have plenty left over for next time I want to play with something tweedy. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated. I will see you next time at Ribbon Candy Hooking.